Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with a new lecture, a new theme. This is week 7. So we are going to start with a new theme now. The new theme that we are going to start with is mysteries and supernatural events. If you look at the picture here, you can see a broken mirror, you can see an open umbrella, you can see a black cat, you can see a ladder, you can see the date, which is Friday 13, and so on. Some people consider that these are signs of a bad omen. It means if they happen, they carry a bad omen, or something bad is going to happen to you if they happen. So some people say if you open the umbrella inside the house, this is a bad omen, something bad is going to happen. If a mirror breaks, also if you walk under a ladder, it's something also that might cause something bad. If you see a black cat, if it's Friday and the date is 13 and so on, it's called a Black Friday, and some people consider that this is a bad omen. So that's why we are going to talk about these mysteries, things that people believed in a very long time ago, and some people nowadays still believe in them. First of all, we already explained the vocab words. We are going to use this exercise to solve it in order to fill in the blanks. And we are going now to start with the first lesson, which is the science of superstition and why people believe in the unbelievable. Why do people believe things which are very difficult to be believed? Read the following article in which the author talks about the prevalence of superstitions and supernatural beliefs among humans. Then answer the questions that follow. The number 13, black cats, breaking mirrors, or walking under a ladder may cause things you actively avoid. If you're anything like in the 25% of people in the US who consider themselves superstitious, even if you don't consider yourself a particularly superstitious person, a person who believes in superstitions, you probably say bless you when someone sneezes, just in the case the devil should decide to steal their soul, as our ancestors thought possible during a sneeze. So people a long time ago used to think that when someone sneezes, it means the devil wants to take their soul. That's why they say bless you. Even if you don't consider yourself a particularly superstitious person, you probably say bless you. Superstition also explains why many buildings do not have a 13th floor, preferring label it 14, 14A, 12B, or M, 13th letter of the alphabet, on elevator button panels because of concerns about superstitious tenants. Indeed, 13% of people in our survey indicated that staying on the 13th floor of a hotel would bother them. So they believe that number 13 is a bad omen. It causes something bad. On top of this, some airlines such as Air France and Lufthansa do not have a 13th row. Lufthansa also has no 17th row because in some countries such as Italy and Brazil, the typical unlucky numbers is 17 and not 13. So in some countries, the unlucky number is 13, and some other countries, the unlucky number is 17. What is superstition? Although there is no signal definition of superstition, it generally means a belief in supernatural forces such as fate, the desire to influence unpredictable factors, and a need to resolve uncertainty. In this way, then, individual beliefs and experiences drive superstitions, which explains why they are generally irrational and often defy current scientific wisdom. Psychologists who have investigated what role superstitions play have found that they derive from the assumption that a connection exists between co-occurring and non-related events. For instance, the notion that charms promote good luck or protect you from bad luck. For many people, engaging with superstitious behaviors provide a sense of control, reduces anxiety, which is why levels of superstition increase at times of stress and anger. This is particularly the case during times of economic crisis and social uncertainty, notably wars and conflicts. Horseshoes are considered also good luck charms by many people. Touch wood. You know, when you talk about something good, you touch wood or you knock on something wooden. This is because to get rid of the not being envied by a certain person. Superstitious beliefs have been shown to help promote a positive mental attitude. Also, although they can lead to irrational decisions, such as trusting in the merits of good luck and destiny rather than sound decision making. Carrying charms, wearing certain clothes, visiting places associating with good fortune. Preferring specific colors and using particular numbers are all elements of superstition. And although these behaviors or actions can appear trivial, for some people they can often affect choices made in the real world. Sporting superstition are also highly prevalent within sport, especially in the highly competitive situation. 4 out of 5 professional athletes report engaging with at least one superstitious behavior prior to performance. Within sport, superstitions have been shown to reduce tension and provide a sense of control over unpredictable chance factors. Superstitions practices tend to vary across sports, but there are similarities within football, gymnastics, and athletics. For example, competitors reporting praying for success, checking appearances in a mirror, and dressing well to feel better prepared. Players and athletes also engage with personalized actions and behaviors such as wearing lucky clothes, kits, and charms. What all this shows is that superstitions can provide reassurance and can help to reduce anxiety in some people. But while this may well be true, research has shown that actions associated with superstitions can also become self-reinforcing in the behavior develops into a habit, and failure to perform the ritual can actually result in anxiety. These are questions related to the text. And now we are going to start with the grammar lesson, which is present perfect and perfect progressive. First of all, the present perfect is used to express actions which for example, are called past recent actions. Yani we don't say when or with time expressions including now. We use just or yet or recently or today and so on. So for example, I say, have you finished yet? Yes, I have already finished. Or have you seen any good films recently? Yes, I have seen. I haven't seen Ted today. Maybe he isn't feeling well. Past expressions mean actions that happened lately in the past, but not a very long time ago. For example, we've been to Rome and Florence. I haven't read that book. Have you ever read it? I have never read it. This is the best food I've ever tried. I've seen this film 3 times. And we also use it for how long, for, and since. For example, how long have you been here? I have been here all day. We have been married for 20 years. I've lived in this house all my life. And we have been very busy lately. So the present perfect is used in past recent actions, like for example, I have passed the exam. Past experiences, I haven't read that book yet. And unfinished situations, I have been working all day. It means I have been working and I started working since the early morning and I'm still working. So this is an unfinished action. The form of the present perfect is the subject plus has or have based on the subject. If the subject is singular, we use has. If the subject is plural, we use have. Plus the verb plus the past participle of the verb. For example, I have lived in Miami for 6 months. Have and lived. Mary has moved to a new house. So has and the past participle of the verb. The present perfect with yet and already. I've already eaten, I haven't eaten yet. So if you have done the action, you use already. If you haven't done the action, you use yet. The affirmative, negative, and interrogative, same as all the lessons that we have talked about. I have jumped, I haven't jumped, have you jumped? He has cooked, he hasn't cooked, has he cooked, and so on. That's it. The present perfect progressive. Let's start with the examples. The first example, I have been learning French since I went to school. This is an emphasis on a duration of action. Why have you been disturbing me? This is to express anger or irritation. Why have you been disturbing me? Why have you been calling me? Why have you been knocking on the door that much? And so on. And the last one, he has been watching TV for 2 hours. He has been smoking since 2015. Time-bound expressions. It means how long have you been doing a certain action. Usually in this one, we use since, we use for, we use lately, and we use how long. The form is the subject plus the verb has or have plus been plus the verb plus ing. For example, have been living, has been singing, have been watching. The affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Let's see this example. He has been playing football for 2 hours. He hasn't been playing football for 2 hours. And we start our question with the auxiliary verb. Has he been playing football for 2 hours?